Hello guys, welcome to our channel Techno Source Vision. Myself Vandana, and today I am going to discuss about SAFe 5.1 practitioner certification questions with answers which recently asked in the exam. So let's start. So very first question is that product management is responsible for what gets built as defined by the vision, roadmap, and what else. So we have four options. The very first option is program backlog. Second is customer. Third is key stakeholders. And fourth option we have PI planning. So the most suitable answer for this question is program backlog. Let's move for the second. So second question is that when is the system demo conducted during program execution? So we have again four options. The very first option is at the end of every iteration, on demand, midway through the program increment, or when features are done. So the answer for this question is at the end of every iteration. Now, so our next question is that what is the major benefit for reducing batch size? We have four options. First is increased throughput, decrease stress on the system. Third is increase visibility. Fourth is increase work in progress. So the answer for this question is that increased throughput. Now, our next question is what statement is true about iteration planning? So we have again four options. It is required for every iteration to enable fast learning cycle. It is only required for every third iteration. We have third option. It is required for component teams, but may not be required for feature teams that have no dependencies on other teams. It is not required for teams that consistently meet their PI objective. So the answer for this question, it is required for every iteration to enable fast learning cycles. Moving to next question, a user story include which three things? Choose three. So we have couple of options like first is how, why, what, where, and who, and when. So the answer for this question is triple W, who, what, and why. So this is the answer. Moving to next question, which two statement describe and agile release train? So we have to select any two options based on given. So very first option is it is used to describe large system behavior that fulfill customer needs. Second option we have, it is a long-lived self-organizing virtual organization of 5 to 12 agile teams that plan, commit, and execute together. It shows the deliverables for currently committed PI and offers visibility into the next two PIs. It identifies when too much work is in the system, which results in multitasking and frequent context switching. It is the primary value delivery construct in the Scaled Agile Framework. So the answer second, which is it is a long-lived self-organizing virtual organization of 5 to 12 agile teams that plan, commit, and execute together. And another will be it is the primary value delivery construct in the Scaled Agile Framework. So we have next question. A decrease in variability leads to an increase in what? So the very first option we have predictability. Second is risk. Third is cost. And fourth is length. So the answer for this question is predictability. Now moving to the next question. What is the one key benefit of a backlog refinement session? So we have couple of options like it allows the team to state the problem and then think about what, where, when, and impact. It serves a variety of purposes, including a dedicated time for planning, retrospective, exploring, and innovating. Third option we have, it is the main way in SAFe for achieving relentless improvement. Fourth option we have, it provides time to identify dependencies and issues that could impact the next iteration. So the answer for this question is that it provides time to identify dependencies and issues that could impact the next iteration. Okay, moving to the next question. What are two behaviors of an effective Scrum Master? And we have to choose two options. So we have very first option to focus on their own objectives and limit interaction with product owner. Second, we have to work with stakeholder and subject matter experts to refine the EPIC and its potential benefits. Third, we have to act as servant leader and exhibit lean agile leadership. And fourth option, we have to ensure no changes are made to the scope during an iteration. So the correct answer is to act as a servant leader and exhibit lean agile leadership. And like next we can select to facilitate the team's progress toward an iteration goal. So the correct answer are these two, to act as a servant leader and exhibit to lean agile leadership and to facilitate the team's progress toward the iteration. Moving to the next question, during the inspect and adopt event, how are reflection, data collection, problem solving, and identification of improvement actions used? So we have option like very first option is to help the team bond and work more efficiently together. Next, we have to enhance and improve the innovation and planning processes. Next, we have to evaluate better implementation steps. Next, we have to increase the quality and reliability of the next PI. So the correct answer for this is to increase the quality and reliability of the next PI. So we have next question, what ways support innovation in the safe house of lean? So a couple of options. Very first option is visualizing work. We have second option, optimizing the whole. We have third option, fast learning cycle. We have fourth option, built-in quality. So the answer for this question is visualizing the work. Now moving to the next question, which statement describes the information within a story? So now again we have four options. So the very first option, story acceptance criteria must be finalized before beginning iteration planning. Second, we have a story is written in full detail specification so that the work is ready to be implemented immediately. No further conversation is required after the story is identified because it contains all necessary details. A story provides just enough information for the intent to be understood by both business and technical people. So the correct answer for this is the last, which is a story provides just enough information for the intent to be understood by both business and technical people. Moving to our next question, what is the responsibility of the Scrum Master? So the very first option, we have to remove impediments in order to protect the team. Second, we have to facilitate Scrum event. Third, we have to lead and coach those who support and facilitate the work of all Agile Release Train and suppliers. And last option, we have to develop and commit to team PI objectives and iteration planning. So the correct answer for this is to remove impediments in order to protect the team. Moving to the next question, we have the Scrum Master wants to establish a team's initial velocity. The team has two testers, three developers, one half-time Scrum Master, and a product owner split between two teams. What is their normalized velocity before calculating for time off? So we have a couple of options. Very first is 52, second is 0, third is 32, fourth is 40. So the correct answer for this is 40. Moving to next question. So what is the purpose of iteration review? So the very first option we have to measure the team's progress by showing working stories to the stakeholders and getting feedback from them. Second, we have to identify where there is too much work in the system and where the teams are being overloaded. Third option, we have to serve as a forecasting meeting where the work is estimated for the program increment. Fourth, we have to show the backlog of items and work on possible solution for the backlog items. So the answer is, so the correct answer for this question is to measure the team progress by showing working stories to the stakeholders and getting feedback from them. So we have next question, which statement is true about iteration goals? So very first option we have, they are used to measure business value achieved for each iteration. They align the team to a common vision of work in the iteration. They verify that teams are working at their full capacity. Fourth, we have, they are used to track scope changes over time. So the correct answer for this is they align the team to a common vision of work in the iteration. What are three practices of extreme programming? XP, we have to choose three. So the very first option is test-driven development. Second is pair programming. Third is continuous integration. Fourth is defect correction. Fifth is establishing roles. And we have sixth option as well, solution context. So the correct answer for this, out of this we can select three. So very first option will be pair programming, then continuous integration and test-driven development. Moving to next, how does a team demonstrate progress? So very first option we have by showing the actual working product. Second, we have by presenting status slides. Third, we have by having the product owner verbally communicate to the stakeholder. And we have last option, which is by showing a screenshot of the product. So the correct answer for this is by showing the actual working product. Moving to the next question, what is one key benefit of a backlog refinement session? So very first option we have, it allows the team to state the problem and think about what, where, when, and the impact. Second, we have it provides time to identify dependencies and issues that could impact the next iteration. Third, we have it is the main mainstay for achieving a relentless improvement. Fourth, we have it serves a variety of purpose, including dedicated time for planning, retrospecting, and exploring and innovating. So the correct answer for is there. It provides time to identify dependencies and issues that could impact the next iteration. So we have next question. What types of information can be easily seen in a cumulative flow diagram? So very first option we have work in process across the team, the ration of manual to automated tests, the program predictability, and the number of defects that is given to the production. So the answer for this question is the work in process across the team. Moving to the next question, what should be taken into account when estimating story point size? The very first option we have complexity, then backlog refinement, then priority, then implementation. So the correct answer for this question is complexity. Which statement is true about pair work in the Scaled Agile Framework? So we have following option. So very first option is it is a solution coordinated activity. It plans for the last cut of logic. It comes from pair programming in extreme programming. It is a best practice that team members should spend 50% to 100% of their time in pair work. So the correct answer for this is it comes from the pair programming in extreme programming. Moving to the next question, the daily stand-up time box should not exceed how many minutes? So we have following option. Very first is 5 minutes, 45 minutes, 15 minutes, or 30 minutes. So the correct answer for this is 15 minutes. What is one of the 6 steps in the problem solving workshop? So the very first option we have brainstorm possible failures, identify the biggest root case using the Pareto analysis, apply root solution analysis, or choose a problem to solve agreement not required. So the answer for this is identify the biggest root case using the Pareto analysis. So we have next question. What does a program backlog help teams to identify? Predictability between teams, dependencies between teams, bottlenecks to the flow of value, or velocity in achieving values. So the correct answer dependencies between teams. Moving to the next question, which activity happens in the inspect and adapt workshop? Very first option we have refining the program backlog, planning the next PI, a demo of the integrated system, or last option we have a retrospective of the iteration. So the correct answer for this is a demo of integrated system. Now we have next question. A team finished developing all of their stories in the first 6 days of the iteration, tests them in the following 2 days, and fixes bug in the days remaining. How is the team behaving? So the very first option we have, they are abusing the practice of hardening. They are waterfalling the iteration. They are applying agile development practice of separation of concerns, or they are ignoring non-functional requirement within the iteration. So the correct answer for this is they are waterfalling the iteration. We have next question. Which statement describes the balance between emergent design and intentional architecture when talking about building in quality? So it is required for backlog speed and design refinement. It is required for speed of value delivery and solution intent. It is required for implementation if speed and maturity. It is required for the speed of development and maintainability. So the correct answer for this is it is required for speed of development and maintainability. So now we have next question. What is Scrum? So very first option we have a lightweight process for cross-functional self-organized teams. Second, we have a process for continuously maintaining deployment readiness. Then a methodology used to deliver usable and reliable solution to the end user. A routine method of deploying deliverables to operation. So the correct answer for this is a lightweight process for cross-functional self-organized teams. Moving to the next question. Which two statements best describe elements of continuous delivery? And we have to select two options. So the very first option we have deploy to staging every third iteration. Second option we have automate testing features and non-functional requirement. Third we have maintain a staging environment that emulates production. And fourth, we have development and test environment should be separate from production. Fourth, we have maintain manual deployment. So the correct answer for this we can consider as first is automate testing features and non-functional requirement. Second is maintain a staging environment that emulate production. Now we have next question. Which behavior indicate a team is a cross-functional in an agile framework? So each team can deliver features across multiple domains. Each team members can define and build with the system team testing the solution. Each team members can do all the activities to define, build and test a solution. Each team can collectively define, build and test an increment of value. So the correct answer for this, each team can collectively define, build, test an increment of the value. We have next question. An agile team has which two characteristics? We have to select two. So very first option we have a small group, typically 5 to 11 dedicated individuals who have the skills necessary to define, build, test and deploy increments of value. Second option we have stand along unit of individuals who do not require input for other teams to complete their task. Third, we have a large group of individuals who all work together to create value for the client. Fourth, we have a group of dedicated individuals that work in phase gate steps to complete their PI objective. So the correct now again we have one more option, a group of dedicated individuals who are empowered, self-organized, self-managing and deliver value. So the correct answer for this question is a small group, typically 5 to 11 dedicated individuals who have the skill necessary to define, build, test and deploy increments of value. Next is group of dedicated individuals who are empowered, self-organized, self-managing and deliver value. Now, we have next question. What statement is true about features and stories? So the very first option we have features should be small enough to fit into an iteration. Second, we have each feature should have at least 5 stories. Third, we have features can be larger than iteration, but stories should be small enough to fit into an iteration. And we have last option which is stories can be broken into feature. So the correct answer for this question is features can be larger than an iteration, but stories should be small enough to fit into an iteration. Now, which statement is true about the purpose of a work in progress constant? So the answer for, so we have option now. So very first option we have, it identifies possible constraints for the solution completion. It helps analyze, approve and track portfolio epics and enablers. It captures where all new big ideas come from. It increases collaboration and enables flow. So the correct answer for this, it increases collaboration and enables flow. Moving to the next question, what is the recommended length of an iteration? So the answer for this question is 2 weeks. Which process guides the final approval for a release in SAFe? The answer for this is release on demand. The CALMR approach to DevOps includes automation, lean, flow, measurement, and recovery. What does the C represent? So here C represents the culture. Next question we have, what types of visibility should product owners provide during art sync? So the answer for this question, visibility into scope and priority adjustment. When is the large solution safe configuration used? Organization building a solution requiring multiple arts. So we have next question. What is the role of Scrum Master? So the answer for this, to act as a servant leader who help teams self-organize, self-manage and deliver using effective agile practices. We have next question, which is what is an example of a part of an iteration retrospective? So the answer is team discussion around opportunities for continuous improvement. If you have any question, please ping in comment section. Please subscribe my channel if you like my video. Thank you for watching.